Well, welcome everybody to the Super Bowl of the stock market. Now, it is a Wednesday afternoon. Well, right now it's 1 a.m., but that is irrelevant. Today, we had three companies report earnings today, three important ones. One crucial one, the big dog, the one, the only, the myth, the legend, NVIDIA. NVIDIA reported earnings today. We're going to hop right into it. We're going to break down the earnings for you guys. It was an insane one. I was at work, I was at Publix, and I was listening to this earnings report, and I'm like listening to Jensen Huang talk. I'm like, oh my gosh, so much to get into today. Now, you may notice a few things are a little different in this video. I may sound a little better, a little more clear. I got a microphone now. You don't have to turn your TV or your phone or whatever you're watching this video on up to the max volume to hear me like you had to in previous videos. Now I got a mic. I'm legit. Okay? Who else has mics? No one. So, I'm also wearing a chef hat. I got the flower shirt on. Today is not a normal day. So, as I predicted, NVIDIA beat earnings. I think everyone knew NVIDIA was going to beat earnings. However, expectations were sky high. NVIDIA's priced to perfection. And this caused the stock to not perform great. It's down nearly, 8%? Let's see what it is after hours right now. 5.5%. I think it was down 2% for the day, so around 8%. I can't see anything with these glasses on, man. The glasses got to go. The chef hat's staying on for now. I might get over it, but let's get right into these earnings, guys. God, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. I'm waiting for this day since the last earnings report. I mean, come on. I mean, NVIDIA runs the market, guys. When NVIDIA reports earnings, the whole market stops. I was trying to log into Reddit to see what people are saying, and Reddit was literally acting up at 4 p.m. whenever NVIDIA was announcing earnings. This is the most, debatably, the most important stock in the stock market right now. It has a huge impact on everything. Now, let's hop right into their earnings. Their revenue was up 15% sequentially for the quarter. Okay, that's great. Up 122% year over year. Let's take this hat off, man. God, I'm excited, dude. I love this stuff, man. God. Margins decreased. This was perhaps the only negative thing about the whole earnings presentation, earnings call, whatever you want to call it. They decreased from 78.4% to 75.1%. So now that is a pretty, big drop. It's only 3%, but 3% is a pretty big hit to margin. And of course, when NVIDIA's priced the way it is and expectations are so high, you don't want to see margins going down. So I'm sure that caused a lot of panic. Revenue was $30.04 billion, billion, as I think his name is Jeremy, one of the guys I watch on YouTube, Financial Education. Go check him out. He's pretty good. Billion. Guidance was raised to 32.5 billion. Insane. Now, what are my thoughts on this earnings, and did Wall Street overreact? Now, like I said, earnings were they were honestly priced in. I mean, the stock ran up 30% heading into this, and I don't like when stocks run up in earnings because, like I said, everybody's expecting perfection. One thing goes wrong, stock goes to crap. So, like I said, it ran all the way up from $100 up to, I think it was actually below that. Let's see real quick. It was at $98. Ran all the way up to a high of $130. So that's a pretty big run. Overall, an amazing quarter. I think Wall Street and investors are really just kind of consuming the fact and digesting the fact that NVIDIA is not going to be able to increase revenues by 100% each year. It doesn't happen like that. If that was true, it'd go from a $3 trillion company to a $6 trillion company to a $12 trillion company. It doesn't happen like that. The bigger the company gets, the harder it's going to be to grow revenues. So people are just digesting that, and I think a lot of the, I'm gonna invest in NVIDIA because it's gonna, 5x from here, and it could, but I mean, you're probably gonna get struck by lightning twice before that happens. But great quarter. Don't listen to the panic and the fear and all this stuff. NVIDIA is a great company. I don't see it going anywhere. Now, I've seen a lot of talk about NVIDIA being very cyclical, and this is true. However, I think NVIDIA is breaking its cyclical nature. Now, the reason I say this isn't just some semiconductor stocks aren't what they used to be, okay? We're now talking about AI, and all these Mag 7 companies and cloud providers need their chips, and their chips are getting increasingly better and better and faster, more expensive. So they're gonna have to keep upgrading to keep up. Because if Meta, you know, keeps buying the newest chips and their compute ends up 10 to 20 times faster than, I don't know, Google's, that's gonna hurt Google. So I don't see Nvidia's revenues really, getting that crazy cyclical stuff like everybody's talking about, like it's going to be 80 billion and then crash down. Like, no, I think Nvidia is here to stay. So great earnings report. CrowdStrike also announced earnings. Now their guidance was cut. Everybody's attention on this earnings call was based on the outage that they had, and as you know, that stopped flights. I mean, everything was going down. That really shows you the impact that CrowdStrike has and the grasp that CrowdStrike has on the world and how much it matters. So it's still growing 27% year over year. Now keep in mind, this cut guidance, it was cut by like 100 million, and that's really nothing when it comes to CrowdStrike's numbers. It's not. CrowdStrike's solid and has great recurring revenue. um, Overall, just solid earnings. I'm really happy with both of these earnings reports. I think it just solidifies my high conviction. Both of these companies are pretty big chunks of my portfolio, and honestly, you guys might go, "Why are you so excited? The stocks went down." Like, guys, you don't. I don't want my stocks. This can sound weird. I don't want my stocks to moon. I don't want my stocks to go up crazy. I want my stocks to come down. Let me buy as much shares as possible and let them just cruise up over the long term. I don't want these sudden booms in prices. Um, Now, if Tesla did, and I sold a little bit, or Palantir, once I get a position, or Snowflake, God dang Snowflake, it will go up. Any of these companies, start mooning, then that'd be great. But I want to get these positions built out huge. I want 25 shares of NVIDIA. I want 10 to 15 shares of CrowdStrike, 15 to 20 shares of Amazon, 10 shares of Microsoft, 25 Google, 10 shares of Meta. I want all this. But I am not Warren Buffett. I'm not sitting on $250 billion worth of cash. So I need some time to build these positions out. And I like the valuations right now. And I'm going to make a video soon talking about the stocks I'm buying going into next week. I told you guys this week I bought some Snowflake, 10 shares. I'm happy with that right now. But I'll make a video soon talking about the stocks I'm buying next week. But that's all I'm going to talk about today. I'm not going to touch on the stocks I'm buying quite yet or any on my watch list quite yet. This is just me analyzing the earnings reports and giving you guys my opinions. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.